Hello friends, my name is Claire and for this week's video is a modern farmhouse in The Sims 4. I love building The Sims 4, so if you also like The Sims 4, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. I post new videos every single Tuesday. We are first starting off in a little entryway and living room space. I wanted this house to have like a upgraded feel. Usually when I think of modern farmhouses, I think of like a new construction build that is implementing like farmhouse aspects, but I kind of did a backwards thinking when I did this house, where it's an older house that is implementing modern aspects of into it. And so we are just going to be working on this little corner. I was thinking it would be a good place for a bookshelf, but I do end up making it into more like a display area of like a little table and some items like the bunny statue. I love using the bunny statue. You can see it's underneath the TV right now, but I do move it to where the bookshelf is. And I didn't want a family to live in this house. Maybe it's like one of those like multi-generational like properties where it's like it gets passed down from kid to kid, or grandparents left this house in their inheritance and they spent a little bit of money to give this house some of those modern upgrades that I was talking about. And so we are just going to be getting rid of that bookshelf and replacing it with a picture of sheep, a little bit more green, kind of goes with the green couch I went with, and I feel like the sheep just have that like farmhouse feel. And so we are just going to be adding some side tables and going to just be doing a little bit of rearranging. I don't go completely crazy with this house, but there are a few kind of like random packs, like the new kitchen like stuff pack, but I think I do primarily use the ranch pack, the new horse ranch pack, or I guess new at this point. And so we are just going to be working on a little half bath. I wanted to use this sink because I watch a lot of like renovator shows on HGTV, and they are always looking for like items to repurpose, and I feel like this like sink could be one of those items where they just kind of gave it a new coat of paint and it looks pretty good, kind of keeps that little bit of a rustic feel into this space. And so we're just going to be adding some pictures. There's not that much wall space in this first area with the windows and larger doorways. And now we are in a little office area I designed, and I wanted this area to be kind of also like a skill building area. I kind of did that with my last week's video, and I liked it, and so I wanted to re-implement it into this week's video. And so first thing I do is add a desk with a computer, and then I do add some like musical instruments into this space. I wanted this area to feel very collective in a way, where it's just like this is like kind of like the family's creative spot. And so we are just going to be really cluttering up this desk. And I do at first have an art easel, but I do change it out for this piano that came with the horse ranch pack. I do like how we finally have pianos that are like smaller, but they're also not like electric keyboards. That piano kind of looks a little bit like the one I grew up with, not exactly, but it gives me that feel, and so I really wanted to add that into this build. And so we're just going to be adding a little collage wall next to another piece of art that is already a collage wall. So there's just a bunch of art in that corner. I kind of forgot I put that collage wall from base game there. So anyway, we are just going to be decorating this table in the living room. Just wanted to make this area look pretty nice. It is kind of like a first thing guests will see when they enter into this house, and so we are just going to be adding some curtains. Well, trying to see if curtains would work in this space, and I only tried one set of curtains. I'm like, no, I feel like this is taking up too much wall space, and there's not that much like wall space for like pictures in the first place. So we are just going to add some pictures from the base game, and now we are in the back of the house, which we are going to be starting off in the kitchen, which I tried to make very modern. Just like I feel like usually in like those HGTV shows, kitchens and main bedrooms are usually the things that get renovated, and so I wanted this space to feel renovated. So I have some light colored tile, and I'm going to be like obviously having some more modern appliances that came with the new kitchen stuff pack, and wanted to also have like a mixer, and I didn't add the pizza oven, but I do have the waffle maker in this house, and so we're just going to be adding some upper cabinets to match lower cabinets. I do kind of switch these cabinets out so they look more unique, not just like wall cabinets, so you can like see the little dishes inside. And we do add this round table from the Horse Ranch pack along with the chairs. Made a little like sunroom area, and I felt like this would just be a nice little spot to have a dining table. Maybe they did do some like more exterior things when they did this renovation. They popped out this little dining room nook, and so we're just going to be adding some necessary items like a garbage can and fire alarm, and it took me a minute to like figure out what to put above the garbage can. At first it was like, oh, maybe a picture, but then I'm like, no, that's like kind of plain. Let's add a like something else like an apron. And so we do also add a kitchen hutch, or like a little dishes hutch. I felt like it was appropriate to put it close to the dining room. And now we are just going to take a little break and go outside into the horse stables. There are two horses. Or two horses or goats. I honestly haven't played with horse rants besides just build mode, and so we are just going to be making a little stall for these horses in here. The original lot did have like two horses, and so I just wanted to keep that going. I didn't want to have too much more space because I wanted there to be room for other items and other things. There's also nothing really for like kids or the humans in the backyard. There's only really space I did put out here for the horses. So your Sims might want to start to like jumping and going around the barrels for horse training stuff. And so we are just going to be adding the barrels out here in the front. Wanted this front area to be really open for the horses to run around in and play. And so we are just now upstairs in the master or the primary bedroom, and I tried to keep everything very matching in this room. It is kind of like a weird shape with like the pop out, but I didn't really want to do a plain rectangle, and so we are just going to be going in the hallway real quick. And now we're back in the primary bedroom. I like how this bench matched the bed or the sheets on the bed, but I actually do not end up keeping that bench, but I do like how there are things that match in this game. If only we could get matching wood tones and like with mismatch packs. I know that's like a topic that keeps coming up in The Sims, and it's something the community really wants. But anyway, we are just going to be adding a TV because I felt like I was running out of like farmhouse pictures I could add into this space. I tried to keep the like kids' bedrooms kind of more modern. I mean, they do still kind of have like a farmhouse feel to them, but I tried to like keep it more kind of modern or traditional in there. And so we are just kind of getting close to the end of this room and just going to be adding some more pictures onto this area. I do get rid of that second dresser if you're wondering where that dresser went. I felt like one dresser was enough. I was thinking of like having his and her dressers, but I also wanted there to be a little seating area for your Sims to kind of chat, kind of have that alone time without the kids. And so we're just going to be adding a little table and finishing up this room with this seating area. I think this room turned out pretty nice, and now we are in the first kid's bedroom, which I was honestly more imagining for a young teenager. And so this room kind of has a color scheme of red and purple. The main reason was I chose purple wallpaper, but I felt like the bed really matched the wallpaper, and so it kind of came the color scheme. And we're just going to be adding a desk now. This is kind of like one of those modern things I wanted to add into the kids space, was just like a desk, but like the bed's kind of more farmhousey, traditional. And so this is one of my favorite desks in the game. It's a base game desk. If you have seen more of my videos, then you would see yes, she uses this desk a lot. And so we're just going to be adding some books and going to finish decorating this space. I wanted to make sure there was a lot of things on the walls, because I feel like adding pictures and things really helps give a room personality. And so we are just going to do a little bit of rearranging on the desk. I was thinking about giving the sim a computer, but I end up giving them a tablet, and wanted to make sure that there was a bookshelf and a microphone, so there are some skill building items for this sim. And so we're just going to be making a little collage wall on this wall with the bed, or on the door, and then I do add a little tapestry piece above the bed on the headboard side. And I feel like this room turned out pretty nice. One of my favorite rooms. Again, it's not a perfect rectangle, which was kind of fun to design. And so here's that little tapestry piece, and we are just now going to be adding some curtains, but I end up not putting in curtains just because of that shape of the window. Is a little bit hard to add curtains for. And so now we are in the bathroom. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, but this is a 3-bed, 2-bath home. And so we are just in the second bathroom, and the primary bedroom does not have any private access to it. It is just a shared area, but this was originally a 2-bed, 1-bath home, so it's an upgrade. So we are just going to be adding a little laundry basket, and going to be adding some towels. And I do add a picture, which is this also the same picture that is in the hallway. I can't remember if I changed that. I think I did change it at the end, when I was editing this video, and I saw wait, there's 2 of the same picture. But we are in the last room of the house, which I was kind of imagining would be for a child boy maybe, who loves horses and loves being on this little ranch. And I did also want to make sure that he had a desk in his bedroom, and we are just going to be adding a little teddy bear. Well, it's not like a little teddy bear, it's like a giant teddy bear. Anyway, we are just going to be adding a soccer ball, just trying to make this space a really fun kids area that he would want to hang out in all the time. But we are getting close to the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and if you want to play in this house, the information is down in the description. My gallery ID is green_rose_sims if you want to follow me over there, and I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!